Hello, I'm William T. Nolan. We all know there's an infrastructure crisis in our country, but no one has been able to present a solution until now. We have that solution, the Infrastructure Bank for America. A federally chartered bank, privately owned, privately managed, and privately funded. Our plan is to establish a $1 trillion wholesale bank to invest in U.S. infrastructure, patterned after the Federal Home Loan Bank, which has been very successful for the last 87 years and has over $1 trillion in total assets. The Infrastructure Bank can do for infrastructure what the FHLB has done for housing. The United States has the best housing in the developed world and the worst infrastructure. Government at all levels has failed to support critical infrastructure. And now, deficits and debt loads make government funding politically difficult or impossible.
Infrastructure is the foundation of all economic activity. As it crumbles, our economy will crumble. Our infrastructure crisis should be considered a national security priority. We need to address this problem immediately, but the traditional fiscal policy approach is not working. The Infrastructure Bank will allow global capital to flow with U.S. infrastructure. There are ample funds worldwide willing to invest in U.S. infrastructure. As a private bank, the Infrastructure Bank for America will provide a conduit to access those funds, enabling the U.S. economy to regain its footing on the global playing field and maintain its technological edge. The China threat. While we are governed by the U.S. Constitution and the rule of law, our key economic competitor, China, is ruled by the Chinese Communist Party. In fact, Wan Chenfu, the billionaire founder of BYD, the world's largest manufacturer of electric vehicles, has said admiringly, the Chinese government is omnipotent, which is to say the Communist Party is omnipotent. We in the West only apply that title to God. While we are divided at home with congressional gridlock and partisan bickering, China is united and expanding with the Belt and Road Initiative. This trading network will allow China to control world trade and global economic development, while the U.S. remains fiscally handicapped. While America sleeps, China is surging ahead.
China is also having a huge impact on U.S. capital markets, siphoning off funds that should be invested in the U.S. economy and our infrastructure. The Chinese government and Chinese companies are raising $1 to $2 trillion per year from global capital markets, draining funds from world markets, mainly from the U.S., to fund its economy. U.S. dollars are funding Chinese economic growth and military development. We are subsidizing the greatest challenge the U.S. has ever faced and not funding our own needs at home. If some of the trillions of dollars currently going to China would be invested in U.S. infrastructure, the U.S. economy would experience rapid GDP growth of 4% or higher, and our infrastructure would be vastly improved. The Infrastructure Bank for America will attract global capital for investment in U.S. infrastructure and deploy those funds quickly to where we need it the most. We know the problem. We have the solution. Our solution is not Democrat or Republican, but an American solution. It is the Infrastructure Bank for America. Let's act like Americans and get to work to rebuild U.S. infrastructure now.